Alright guys, welcome back. So it's going to be kind of like a part 2 on this. As you can see, the compression numbers aren't good, mainly on this rear cylinder. Front cylinder is okay-ish, it's about 123, but the rear cylinder is at like 60 psi, so that is a no-go. So it looks like we're going to have to do a rebuild on this, and this was obviously caused by the oil injection lines popping off, so no oil was getting to the cylinders. So it's kind of a shame with only like 100 hours on this, but it's a very common problem on these Yamaha wave runners. So let's go ahead and start tearing into this and see what the damage is. Alright, let's go ahead and start getting this exhaust taken off. Looks very clean on the cylinder head. So on this cylinder you can definitely see some scratching, scoring. On the front cylinder here it's actually pretty smooth. I don't feel any scoring at the top. Let's move this engine down. Yeah, see, the front cylinder looks fine. Oh wow, the power valve, you could watch it move up. That's pretty cool. You can do that again. So this cylinder looks pretty good actually. You see the power valve's moving. I'll do it on this one. And so the power valves are moving fine. But look how this cylinder is pretty toast. I can feel it all around it. Front cylinder looks good though. I might be able to just get by doing one of them. But I really would like to, yeah, that front cylinder feels fine. Really smooth. And I can still see the hone marks on it. So I want you guys to notice one thing. It's probably kind of hard to see with the shadowing with the lights. Look in this cylinder how there's nothing chipped out right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Looks good. We'll look in this cylinder now. And see if you can see right there. See that chip mark? This one's going to need a whole new cylinder. Guys, take a look at this. Yeah, that is horrible. Oh my gosh, that is really bad. Check out that one. That one's not that bad. It's amazing how it only, oh, I guess this oil line popped off sooner than the front cylinder. But I mean, as you can see, the front cylinder is not that bad. But that rear cylinder is chewed up beyond. Oh man, look at that. Look at those grooves. That is absolutely horrible. Wow. That is crazy. That thing got super hot. Hopefully the bottom end's good. So, this is the cylinders. Check that guy out. Look at those grooves. I mean, it just tore that up. And this cylinder looks totally fine. I don't see much wrong with it. Still has all the crosshatch and everything. But this one is horrible. Wow. Good thing is, it looks like the connecting rod and crankshaft is okay. I don't have any play on that on either piston, so that's good. So you can see how the power valve works in there. See it moving right here. It basically closes the exhaust for more low and top end power. Look at that. Good Lord. This is a bad cylinder. So what goes wrong with these Yamaha is this pin can come out. If it gets heated up, I guess this pin will come out and then it will drop the power valve and hit the cylinder. So there's a company called Wave Eater that makes a clip that goes over that to hold it from falling in. Let's see what this one looks like. This one's about the same. All the clips are still intact, which is good. But man, that's just crazy how much buildup gets caught in these two strokes. And there's one power valve. Alright, got everything cleaned up, and these two guys are going to get shipped off to get sleeved, and we'll be back when we get those in. Alrighty guys, so while we're waiting on the parts to come in for the Yamaha, I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy apart. I did a compression test on the first cylinder here. I'm getting really good compression, but on the second cylinder I'm getting 0 psi. So there's definitely something going on with that. So let's go ahead and take the cover off and see what we got going on in there. I already see some bad signs. Look at the little dings in the head there. There's one good chunk right there. So this is the first cylinder. This was the good one, and it looks to be okay. For the most part, this cylinder looks good. don't feel any grooves or anything in this one. Okay, wow, now I'm seeing it once I got the piston. Look at that. Look at right up at the top. Wow, that thing is melted or broken up like crazy. Oh my gosh. That's pretty bad. You can see all the way through that. So this is definitely going to need a new piston and jug. This one over here looks okay. So hopefully. I'll inspect it a little bit more, but this guy right here is shot. Surprised it was even running. Yeah, look at the threads on that. We got a doozy. Well, I tried and I tried, but couldn't keep it from breaking. Oh well. And there you can see my broken off exhaust stud. I might be able to get that out, but I don't know. We'll have to do some welding on it, which means I'll have to pull that cylinder. And I didn't want to do that because it was in pretty good shape, so I wanted to kind of leave it. But let's go ahead and get this cylinder pulled. Alright guys, before we pull this cylinder off, I want to show you guys something pretty cool. So I got this this company called Ansel reached out to me, wanted me to give some of their products a try, and one was this leak detector, and it basically you put baby oil or mineral oil in it, and it sends a fog into your engine so you can tell if you have like leaks on your seals. It will pressurize it, has a gauge on it, and it will pressurize it, and the fog will basically tell you where your leaks are. So there's a bunch of different adapters you got this little hand pump that you can pump up for like an intake, and you got this cone and other things. So let's go ahead and try it out. I'm gonna stick this cone right here in the intake, I mean I could use this one, but we'll just try this one out here. And then you got your little end, and you just connect right here. All right, now let's turn the machine on here. And you know, yeah, you can plug it up to a battery or whatnot. You can adjust your flow right here for your smoke. So alright, and as you can see, our piston right up at the top, we're getting smoke coming out of it. Once it warms up here, we'll start puffing out a bunch of smoke. So I also have the intake, or the exhaust right here is halfway open because of the piston, so you can see smoke coming through it. But you can see it's really starting to puff some smoke out to that. And if you have any like bad seals or anything, it will tell you where those bad seals are, because it will pressurize the case. And I got tons of smoke, probably too much smoke coming out. And also it's not pressurized because of that piston, but just kind of showing you guys how it works. I'll leave a link and a coupon code in the description for this. So as you can see, this thing gets going pretty quick. And you can plug this in onto like a vacuum hose or whatnot, whatever you're testing. And this will pressurize and fill it with this smoke so you can see where your leak's at. Pretty cool little machine. Yeah, that thing's putting out a bunch of smoke. And as you can see, there's no smoke coming out of this cylinder. It's all just coming out of this one. And of course my intake right here. But I was looking at the seals and everything, and I didn't see any leaks coming around there. It's not pressurized, of course, but... So once the engine's put back together, you could actually pressure test it and test your seals and everything to make sure you don't have any leaks. Because if you do, the engine will run lean. And something is causing this one to run lean, I believe, which melted that piston. See our smoke still coming out of there. So if I did have any bad seals, it'd be coming out right here, and also on that front cover there. Alright, let's get the cylinder off. Wow, look at that piston. Check out that piston right there. That thing is toast. Crank feels good. There's no up and down play on it. Tad side to side. That's normal. Alright, well, looks like we need to get a rebuild kit for this one too. So I got two jet skis, both with front cylinders good, but two bad cylinders in the back. Let's go ahead and pull this front cylinder. I don't think it's bad. I was getting good compression on it, but this base gasket's got to be replaced. So in order to do that, I gotta pull it, and also I gotta see if I can get that exhaust stud out, or bolt. I can't even get to the bolt, guys. There's so much sand down in here. Look at that. Hopefully that didn't get into the engine. That's probably what wore out the wear ring on this engine. Alright, there is cylinder number 2. So this cylinder looks totally fine. I don't really see much wrong with it. This piston looks great. There's like no scoring at all on it. And it really feels perfect. Don't see anything wrong with that. Look at these water jackets. They are filled with sand. I gotta make sure I clean all that stuff out. So you know, that could have been the problem. Sand, you know, clogging this stuff up so it didn't cool. It's probably getting hot. I don't know. maybe you guys can post in the comments and let me know what you guys think. What caused this failure? That water passage is just completely full of sand. Looks like the guy that drove this before got it stuck on a sandbar or something. Look at that, that is packed full. Most likely that is what caused this problem. Well, I mean, this cylinder's got sand in it, but not nearly as much as this front cylinder. That thing is completely clogged. Alright, got my Sand Sucker 3000 right here. Well guys, here is the piston. It's the intake side. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. The rings are all just broken in pieces. And I've already, some of the rings already fell out. This is a WSM piston. So a neat little comparison. This is the Yamaha piston on the left, and on the right it's the SEADOO. The Yamaha piston is smaller than the SEADOO piston. So that's flush, and you can see it's definitely bigger. But the wrist pin on the Yamaha is much bigger than the SEADOO. So smaller piston on the Yamaha, bigger wrist pin, larger piston, and smaller wrist pin on the SEADOO. Pretty weird. Whoops. Not too bad. Alright guys, I got this cylinder heated up with a torch. Got it in the press here, and I'm going to go ahead and attempt to press this sleeve out. And actually, it looks like it's coming out fairly easy. There it goes. You can see it coming out the bottom there. Alright, I think I got it. There's the old cylinder sleeve. I'll just have to get a new one, press it in. I'll probably take the hone to this and hone it just a smidge. Alright guys, so I was been contemplating on if I want to redo the crank seals on this engine. On the Yamaha, I believe I'm going to leave them, but on the SEADOO here, I think I'm going to go ahead and replace the crank seals. So let's go ahead and get this engine pulled out, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, we're all hooked up. Let's see if we can pull this thing out of here. Alright guys, got the engine pulled out. Here's a little look at it. I think I made the right call on this rear main seal. I can't tell if that is oil from the seal, but kind of looks like it. So let's go ahead and start getting this thing taken apart and get on the bench. I do want to apologize about the rain, y'all. It's raining pretty good outside. One thing I did find is on this prop shaft here. I don't know if this is supposed to be normal or not, but check out the movement on that. The prop itself isn't moving, just the shaft. So I am not sure if supposed to be like that or not. Y'all let me know in the comments. Here's a picture of the hole. I'll get all this cleaned out. Buddy, hanging out in the rain? Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Hello buddy. So one thing I noticed on this engine is a lot of these bolts have never been pulled out. So it's looking like those are the original seals in there. All these bolts still have the paint on them. So yeah. Alright, let's get it pulled apart. Starter. Rotary valve. Alright, so it's really clean in there. So I don't think that seal is leaking. Spotless in there. Stupid. Alright, so I made this flywheel puller contraption here. Let's see if it works. Finally. Good Lord, that took forever. There's our sealant. Guys, here's the cases, and there's actually a bunch of, like, I don't know if that's sand or metal or grit or what. It almost looks like sand. So I'm glad I took these cases apart. Everything else is looking okay. There's a little bit of rust on these crankshafts, so it had some water in it. But the bearings and everything feel tight. Alright. Well guys, I think this is going to be the end of this video. And in the second part of this video, we're going to go ahead and install all of these parts. I got a box full of goodies right here. New cylinders and all. New pistons, gaskets. So we're going to go and work on rebuilding the Yamaha and the SEADOO and take them out for a ride. That's going to be in the second video. Also, I wanted to, we just hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel, and in the second part of this video, I think we're going to do a pretty good giveaway, so stay tuned for that. But I will see y'all in the next video, and y'all have a good one. Take care.